Yeah. We are live. In case you don't know, this is the greatest show.
Yes, sir.
You're welcome to the show. As usual, this is how we get keep ourselves entertained. And you, of course. You know one thing I realized, Emiola?
Yeah, what's that?
I realized that what we are doing is we're hanging out with our viewers.
Definitely, that's what we do. That is what it has always been.
I know, like, but it just like
don't know you.
make much more sense to me now that we are hanging out with our viewers. You know, before it's like it's just you, me, and any other person that we have here. After watching some couple of our shows, and I realized that this is more of a, should I say, community thing? Like everybody is all together. The only disadvantage is that the people who are watching cannot be, no feedback. They can't talk back to us, but they can,
we'll get there
with their comments,
at some
but
point
they
we'll
can't
get
be
there.
on in here live to
like real time.
Yeah, not like get their voice in here.
That's what I'm saying. Like maybe so we'll get to that stage where we'll be having like a live.
Exactly.
It's not like it's not going to be pre-recorded. It's going to be live, and then we'll read their comments. We'll be live. They join us while we are live, and we hear from them.
And I guess he's just looking very confused right now. He doesn't know what's up.
Yeah.
It's like you're finding like how do you want to behave, Tiger? You're welcome to the show. This is the greatest show.
Oh, thank you. I'm trying to put myself in the picture, so I'm trying to see where I can fit in and come.
Yeah, like it just dawned on me. Like he said that, it's not just us. I know like people are watching, but like, it's a group thing. Like
I watch the show a lot.
Really?
I'm always on the show. Never on
so
my
have you
Facebook.
felt like you're part of the show?
Of course. Of course.
Nice.
Of
Good.
course.
Like
I enjoyed the last one. You
guys.
guys were talking about relationship.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was in with you guys now. I feel like jumping in through the
I mean, I'm happy that I was able to, get the epiphany quick before I get lost and thinking that it's just, or should I say selfish, and thinking that it's just us. I know people are watching, but now there is a fellowship.
Definitely,
so
there is. Yeah, I think bringing people on the show should actually be people who have been watching.
Yeah.
No,
I'm happy you say he's a fan of the show. He's watching.
Yeah. We've
What
met
do you
him
think
once
about
on
the
the
show?
road, and it was like great show, you guys. Great show.
What do you think about the show? Tell the viewers.
lovely. It's educating and informative, you understand? And also out there, people get to learn most of the things you guys are talking about. I think the last one was relationship.
Yeah.
Which I really, I took 1 or 2 from it.
Oh, that's interesting. I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah.
That's a very good relief from here, man.
Yeah. So
Thank you. So this is the greatest show. You're welcome. We're live. We're back. My name is T-Bone the Great. And of course, I have
Emiola,
yours truly, Emiola, right there.
Yeah,
My co-host, since I've decided not to be calling him criminal in crime.
Yeah. I don't want you to call me criminal. Criminal in crime.
yes, that's what I said.
But
Criminal.
partner in crime. See, I'm like, my mind, like, I'm supposed to say partner in crime, but because he keeps debunking that shit, like, no, you're not supposed to say partner in crime. I don't want to be identified as a criminal. So my mind is like, I think I need to get back at this guy. So that's the reason why I said criminal in crime. But I think,
it didn't sound well, though,
corny.
to be honest. It did not sound well.
That's very
Criminal in crime.
Yeah, this is the greatest show. We're happy to be here, and I know that you guys are happy to, see us back here and, watching us live. We're looking very good. Thank you very much already. I know some of you guys are saying that. And you're looking amazing as well. And our interesting guest today, Presley Tega, is here with us to have we are gonna have
It's good to be here.
Yeah, we're gonna have a different vibe today.
Definitely,
We're taking it to another level.
Finally.
Just more insight into how far we can go with our show. You get me? This man right here is a definition of a hustler.
Yes.
Apart from the fact that he's carrying a cross bag, like I've known Tega for more than 5 years now.
I've known him for 7.
For 7, right? Yeah. And ever since I met Tega, right, you would never find him sitting in a room. It's like you always find him on the road.
Yes.
If he's not driving, he's walking. You always meet him
He
on
has
the
somewhere to
road.
be.
He always have one thing to do. Like he's like I know like couple of businesses that Tega has,
Guys, come on
been
now.
into.
Come on, spare me now. Spare me.
No, you're a business. You're a true hustler.
It is. It's what we know now.
No, it's something. I'm proud of it. Like I'm proud
Thank
of you,
you,
brother,
thank
man.
you, guys.
And you're looking very nice and sharp.
Thank you. Thank you.
So on today's show, as usual, please don't forget to help us subscribe, like, share, comment, and tell us what you think about our show. I know you're enjoying it, but just participate as well. Now that I've finally realized that it's a group thing, it's not just myself and Emiola alone. I mean, the rest of the guys that are watching are here.
Definitely.
They're here in the spirit.
Yeah, in the spirit.
In the spirit.
But we'll get there though. A time will come when it's going to be a live session where we get to relate with our fans, like our listeners, our watch. Everybody is going to be having the chance to be a part of the show real time.
Absolutely.
It's not going to be them just dropping comments. We're going to get to a time where we can have go live on Facebook, on TikTok.
Yeah.
We can actually do that right now though, but then we have a time that people can actually come live in the studio with us, have them chip in their opinions on things we are actually talking about in general. I believe we're going to get there very, very soon.
Yeah, so on today's show, we want to talk about hustling, business. We always talk about topical issues, social issues. And for people who are not aware, the reason why this show kickstarted is because it's a way for us to gather around and share our opinions, our concerns about what is going on around us.
Definitely.
It's something that everybody does. You know now, Tega.
Yeah, of course.
Everybody does. Whenever there is a break.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody. Even God.
Exactly.
God is a businessman.
I would
definitely.
Number one.
Yeah. But I'm just thinking why we're gonna get to that soon. Well, the reason why we have this show is because everybody in the house, whenever a news, breaks out, everyone has an opinion about that particular thing. Everybody gives their thoughts on it. So we're just so why don't we start that on the show, and this is the reason. That's the reason why we're here. And today we're going to be talking about business, and I'm glad you mentioned that Gato is a businessman. He must be a businessman because this is Earth, and we have over 8 billion people here. So, and we have a lot of resources. So I don't know where I'm heading with this, but I know there's something around. He envisioned business as well. When he thought about creating the world. You understand? So we're going to be talking about business. So, but before we go into that, I would want you, Presley Tega. His name is Presley Tega. To explain to our viewers. Tell them what you do. Tell them your name. Tell them what you do, and just sell yourself to the world.
Good day, viewers. My name is Iminokaju Presley Tega.
Yeah, that sounds
native. That sounds native.
Very it's not just native. It sounds conk. Like Minado. It sounds like a Minado.
Not only Minado. It's Iminokaju. Please, that's my surname. Give some respect.
I know.
Put respect on my name. My surname.
No, I don't mean to murder your name, but it just sounds like Minado.
Yeah. Iminokaju.
Okay, I'm a business person in everything. I see businesses in virtually everything.
Nice.
Even as we are here, I see business.
Let us know the type of business you are seeing.
Exactly.
And selling us to the world.
You want to sell me?
Selling us to the world.
I thought you were going to say you want to sell our studio.
No, I can't do that. Okay. So what we're doing here, actually is business because very soon it will be profitable. You understand? So it's just that we are at the point of the foundation. We are laying the foundation of where we're going. So, which I'm really, really happy to be a part of.
Thank you.
That means you said something when you guys will go live. Sorry, that means I'm coming back. I'm reinviting myself.
Definitely,
you know,
definitely.
so I want to be a part of this from the beginning and way up there. You understand? So Otega is into different businesses, right? Because I don't want.
Where are you from?
I'm from Delta State. Yeah, Robowado.
Yeah.
Oh, area. Worry.
I mean, you're a Delta person. Right?
Yeah.
You're a Warri guy.
Yeah.
That understands Yoruba as if you are a Yoruba man.
Yeah, like as if I take the water. The
Like
Yoruba
you
water.
speak Yoruba more fluently than I do.
Really?
I think so.
Okay, maybe. Maybe. I accept that. So now,
you grew up in Ibadan, right?
no. I did not. I grew up in Delta State, but later moved down with my mom to Ibadan because she was transferred from Delta State to Ibadan. So I have to.
So yeah,
Go ahead. You were saying something about your business.
Yeah. I'm into, whatever I see as business, I go into it. And I hate, being stranded. I hate being stranded. That's why you see me with different businesses.
Interesting.
Yeah. Whenever I'm at, what will I call it now? Whenever I'm at a stop, you understand, I quickly imagine what next can fetch me money, not who to call to give me money. Do you get that? So that's one of the reasons you see me do the things I do. Because I find it difficult to call my neighbor, like, neighbor, this is what I'm going through. I need you to help me with, 1 or 2 change. No, I just look at what is the next business that will come in that I won't have to spend. I'm not paying anybody and yet I'm making money. That was what led me to real estate. I'm not paying anybody and still I'm making money. All I need to do is find the right information, because real estate is all about the right information and the connection to the right people. You understand? If someone needs a particular, let me just use agency as the thing. So now, if someone needs to get an apartment, all I need is connect with the person, then connect with the owner of the house or a colleague of mine that's into the same field as I am. So we do the whole thing and we split the whole commission. And I'm fine. I'm back on the road.
That's some hustler shit, right?
I think house agency is one of the businesses in town that has the best network.
Yes.
Because you might not have a property like your
Real estate,
Airbnb.
yeah.
All you have to put is a word out there.
A word, and also join their groups. We have a lot of groups.
I have a client that needs this apartment.
And you're connected.
In this axis within this budget. 2 days.
But how profitable is it?
Because you as an agent, you have the property and you want to let it go, so that you also can make money. You might not have the person, you might have the property, and I have the person, I might not have the property. So the best thing is call you that have the property, or if you've sent it to the group, I connect with you, and boom, we've located the clients, and we've located the property, and we merge them together, and we are paid for that.
Some hustler spirit.
Yeah.
You get.
I actually know a couple of them, like agents. I think those guys have a very, very good network. When it comes to business, they don't sleep on it. Guy, I have somebody that needs an apartment along this axis with this budget. Oh, I don't have it. Let me talk to somebody. Blah 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 blah. It could be like 4 people on the job, and everybody split and everybody.
So you're sounding very much like an agent, right?
No, I'm not standing. It's just an example.
So how would you describe your position in the real estate business?
It's more like a realtor that has to do with everything. The land properties, the housing properties, the what I call it now, leasing and letting, construction, and everything that has to do with real estate.
So do you have?
So not particular to be an agent. Yeah.
So you're more than just an agent.
Of course.
You do more than.
Of course.
I don't know much about real estate business, but we all have a place that we have rented that we're living.
Yeah.
We contacted an agent before we were able to get to these places, and just like you've described. So that's why I'm like curious to know that. Is it just about agency?
Okay, let me even shock you. The very first it's not a gig. The very first deal I had was the very first deal I had was I'm into production.
Yeah,
I know you as a music producer.
So the very first deal I had was a landed property that a church needed to get, and I was opportune to know the owner or a tenant. No, should I call it a tenant? A neighbor to the owner. So all the guy did was link me up to the owner of the land, and I sold them the property. Assemblies of God. That was my first deal. And ever since then, I was like, what? You know what I mean? I made this cool money within this short period of time. Let's go ahead.
What gave you the lead way into say
that was what
motivated
opened
you.
my eyes that you don't need anything to start something. Wow. You don't need anything to start something. If you have the hustle spirit inside of you, all you need to do is think.
So do you have a company name?
Yes, Pega Plus International. Plus. So we are into real estate, we are into interior designs, and we are into laundry. So we have so many outfits, but these are the ones that we've come to, that outside that people know us, with.
Already.
Yeah. You have like a physical office.
Yes.
And you have an online presence as well.
Yes. So you can just check on Instagram for Pega Plus Properties and Pega Plus Interior Designs.
Interesting. I mean, it's a good feat. That's the reason why we have brought you onto the show.
And
today.
that is aside the production.
Yeah, the production is still going on.
Yeah,
that's why I say like you encompass like hustle, like everything. Ever since I've known you, I've known you to be a hustler. I've never seen you just sit down.
I feel bad when my fellow human being says there is nothing for me to do, or when the person starts crying and he's like, I have no helper. See, everything we need is here. Everything we need is here. God is not coming to give you anything.
You gotta preach that out loud.
He's not coming. Even your neighbor, the neighbor you're calling, has responsibilities.
Exactly.
Now, I'm going through. Let me just share a little, some brief stuff that I'm going through. I'm going through some little financial, obstacles. I call them obstacles because they come and go, which is normal for every business. And once going through that, I don't expect calling. If I should call you, of course, you have a, downloads of your own, stuff you're going through. So what do I need to do? So as a businessman, when you come into some obstacles like that, you think of the things that can get you out of it, not the obstacle itself, not the obstacle, because the obstacle is just for a period of time.
Even say that the obstacle is a challenge.
Is a challenge to test your strength.
Exactly.
To see how far you can go, because you see, Bill Gates, this Elon Musk, Dangote, or Tedola, they have bigger obstacles. So they've overcome the smaller ones. So you need to learn to overcome your small obstacles so that you can know how to deal with the big ones.
But the way you're sounding now, someone who is not in tune with the ideology of being a hustler or being a go-getter, being a proactive thinker, would perceive what you're saying now as you're just giving motivational speech.
No. I'm also in line with what you're saying. It takes a hustle spirit to get what you want. It takes a spirit of chasing to get what you want. If you're not a chaser, there's no how you can get what you want. If you are not a chaser, you'll be dull. You'll be like, oh, this life. That's why some people commit suicide.
Yeah, like it's kind of like
because they give up on themselves.
Sorry to cut you to button. Like the show. I mean, we didn't have anything.
Yeah. You see,
it was just a plain idea, and we started fishing out the resources that are available
that you need.
And before you know, everyone is saying, "Oh, nice show."
We didn't have anything. We didn't have no cameras, no nothing,
exactly.
No lights. We just like the place we are. Like I'm trying to buttress. There is always an opportunity around you.
If you
look well enough.
It's
always. We were like the type of background we want for our show. It has to be like this. It has to be like this. And then we said, why don't we just start from here? And then we started. The first time we started, it was just 3 chairs. Like we didn't even know how to place them.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we started using our phones.
Yeah. At the point we recorded with our phone.
I don't know how you feel about it. I need to come out of that spiritual angle. Will you let me?
Yeah.
Now, let me just chip in Genesis 1.
Okay.
They say, and the Spirit of the Lord move upon the face of the deep. Now, our present situation, not having something, is the deep. because you can't see anything out of it. But you know there's something. There's a place you're going through. You're going to. Now, they said the Bible says the presence of the Lord, moved upon the face of the deep. You understand? Now that he began to call those things that it need be to become. Now, what you are envisaging, the way you want your stage to be, is your mind, and you need to call them out by going out, not just sitting down and imagining them happen. Imagination is not everything. It's part of it. It's to propel you to go out. It's to trigger you to go out to get those things done. Even
just sit there and
be daydreaming.
Yeah, even Jesus himself had to go and do evangelism on his own self. Yeah. You understand? So sorry, I'm not trying to go into preaching now.
Nice one. So you call your company Pega
Plus.
Pega Plus. Cool. I like the name. Cool name.
It's Pega.
We're just thinking like we always do. Like, let's talk about business today.
All right.
Like when Nigeria right now, where there's no how we're going to always not talk about our economic,
situation,
the disability that we're actually facing right now, and it's not, benefiting the majority. You understand? And Nigeria is a country whereby we believe so much in education, so a lot of people are going to school, getting graduated. So like a 9 to 5 is, perceived as a more sophisticated type of job, right? Yeah. So, but if you take a look at it, it's not really paying much. But on the other hand, we have a lot of guys out there who are hustling as well. Like if you go outside and you see someone who is selling buns, who is selling ice cream, selling pure water, market women everywhere and all that. So I was just like with the way everyone is complaining now about the situation of the country, there's no money. Is there still a need for us to think about still going into business? And I was just thinking, to myself.
Just a random thought. The thing is, business is what moves the economy.
Exactly.
It is what moves the economy. Now, if you succeed in this place, you will employ somebody. You understand?
Matter of fact, the economy is business.
It's business on its own. Because in China, I don't know the name of the man. I think, is it China? No, or in India. In India, sorry. He saw people walking barefooted. And he got his idea to do slippers out of it. When other people are seeing something different, as a businessman, you need to start looking for opportunities out of the nonsense. Like what somebody said, he said, shit business is a serious business.
Sorry again. So what you've just described right now is see opportunity, like be a solution provider.
Yes.
So if we get in touch with how we want to help our neighbor, our brothers, then we can come up with, it's going to birth an idea of how to create something out of nothing.
Of course. Because the first thing a businessman needs to recognize about everything is problem. When people keep telling you about how can I get this done, that becomes a problem for you to solve as a business person. So you might have a neighbor around you or neighbors around you that keep saying, it seems like we have to get dry cleaners these days. They are far away off. As a business for you to get it dry cleaner these days. You understand?
Yeah, I get it. Just to buttress your point, there was a story. It wasn't really a story. It was somebody I knew lived in an estate where it's like subordinates of estates, like plenty of estates, and they were suffering from irregular electricity supply. So most of the houses in that estate run on like diesel generator. Yeah. So and where to get to a fueling station, they have to like go very far. Most of these guys work probably in big companies. They come home very late and they'll be too tired to go out get fuel. So this guy in the neighborhood was one of the security guys for one of the houses. He saw an opportunity in that. He was like, so I can go get fuel for this person, and I'll get paid. Like, let me go buy. So he started that. Talked to about 3 or 4 houses, maybe 2 or 3 of them turned up, and they started selling. Before you know it, the whole estate and the subordinate estate, they sent that guy. From there, he rented like a truck, like you could buy those things en masse. You just pay the truck guy a little bit, and from there, before you know, 2-3 years, like the situation of lights in that area was just worse. So everybody didn't even bother. They run their generator, and this guy was making his money off that. The problem with a whole lot of people is now they might see the business as this is a business, this is an opportunity, but me, I will go and be buying food.
You get?
Do you understand?
That pride.
The pride, there's a pride to it, especially we Nigerians.
Yeah.
There are a whole lot of jobs. No matter the money is making, some of us will not venture into it.
Yeah.
So, but
that's the pride
do you think, just from what you've just said right now, do you think it's for everybody?
He said most, not everybody really. Okay.
I said
not
most.
everybody. Said most, not everybody. Because some people do not see challenge as a wake-up call for success. They see it as a thing, like suffering. That's why Nigerians will always succeed anywhere, because this is more like our playground when it comes to suffering and smiling, and yet making a living out of it is our thing. So there's nowhere you will put us that won't survive, because from there we know the next thing to do. Look at what's going on. I do watch this guy Laycon King Kong. Yeah. Look at what he's doing. And
shout out to Laycon King.
Yeah, and Eko Savage and the likes of them.
You get. That is okay. But yeah, he's doing what he's doing, and he's making, he's living out of it. But some people are too proud to, like, why will I be sounding like a monkey? Why will I be sounding like 10 voices in a single?
So, like, what are the plans that you think one should put in place should consider before thinking of starting a business?
Okay, like the advice I'll give, or like the topic we're talking about, owning your own business, right? Yeah. So the thing is, what did you ask me again?
And what are the plans that one should put in place or consider before he or she think of starting a business?
Now, there's level to this thing. There's level. Some people has the money, why some don't. So if you have the money, it's just to start out, gradually. Because most mistakes that people with a whole chunk of money make is they go out full time, whereby they lose and lost a lot of money.
So it's better to start
gradually. Understand the terrain, understand your audience, understand the people you're giving your product to.
Well, what about you have the money and you invest in someone who is starting up? Kind of like our show. Someone can invest in our show.
Right? Yeah. That's a different thing entirely. You already have your audience, so it's just to invest inside of you to make it bigger. You understand? So it's a different thing. Like I said, some have the money, some don't. Like we have the money, right? We have the money.
Yes, of course. Okay, I should prophesy. Right?
Yeah, prophesy.
So be positive.
Preach it.
This kind of a platform, someone can invest.
Definitely.
Because you understand where you people are going, and that's one thing about outside world. So they see talent and they invest in it.
So what you're saying is, it doesn't necessarily. You don't have to have the chunk of money. Just learn to start gradually.
For those that don't have.
Okay, but for the people that do have,
is learn to, is either you invest.
You know how money is very intoxicating, yeah? Like, if you have a lot of money, you just envision something big and you just want to go into the market
and just start something. That's why most businesses fail, and that's why they fall. Because that hugeness is what they want. They don't understand the people they are interacting with. They don't understand the customer base. They don't understand. These people we're taking the product to, do they really like this thing? Is it what they want? So by the time you have your first share of audience or customers that come around because it's a new building, it looks good, the they first bump, into your store, and you'll be like, wow, we're going to succeed in the next 1 year, and all of a sudden, the business is gone.
Don't you think you
if
have?
It doesn't carry. If I think whatever business that you're going to start, first off, like you said, understand the terrain, understand the audience. Now, I don't really have a problem with something starting big, as long as you understand the terrain. The problem, the mistake a whole lot of people with money make when going to businesses, it's just like, so this is the business that is selling now. Oh, let's put money into it. They don't take their time to actually study, do a visibility study.
Yes.
Feasibility study. See
Demography.
what are the check out. You can start big and still make it. Like,
you can start like what you said now. You can start big based on the knowledge you have of that particular thing.
That's what I'm saying.
You get. That's how you can that's how you can invest so much money into it. But if the thing is not yet formed, and you want to invest money on what you yourself don't understand. Let me use this scenario. My mom retired from service, government service, and she was given a pension. Now, a neighbor came to her and was like, "Mom, there's this ongoing business that this man is doing, that person is doing, and that's what they are living on. Sawmill business. All you need to do is buy the dividing machine, then start dividing planks and woods and all that. Then you start making your money every day. Approximately, this is the amount to make. Least is this is the amount." So she bought the idea.
Sounds good on paper.
Sounds good. But the thing is, the people he mentioned, they've spent their whole life in that business. They've made mistakes in that business. They've learned a whole lot from that business. So you cannot just tell someone that just came out of retirement, whatever, to just go into that business, because such a person, though he knows that business is profitable, he or she might be trying to take advantage of the money you have. So now, the things that she needed to do was first make an inquiry. Is it true that such a business is profitable? Okay, fine. Who are the person, or who is this person brought the idea? Is he a trustworthy person? We have a trust issue sometimes when it comes to business, because some people just want to get a chunk of your money and run away with it. You understand?
Yeah.
So most times, if you want to invest in a business, learn the person. Learn to know the person who is going to handle the business. Know the money history of the person. Know everything that surrounds the person. Is this guy, is he a person of integrity, or someone that will run away with just 5,000? Meanwhile, we are still going to 5 million. Some people lose this picture when they just see a token compared to what is going to bring in for them. So they just run with that token, believing that that's all there is to the business. So you need to, as a person that wants to drop a whole chunk of money and you really want to go into a particular business, you need to understand that terrain, that business environment. So you need to make your findings.
That's a key. So what about someone who works a 9 to 5 and is looking into setting up a side hustle for himself? And how do you think, is it advisable first and foremost, and if it is, how do you think that person is going to be able to manage his 9 to 5
business
with the business? Do you think they go together?
Yeah, it can work, because that's the foundation to you living the 9 to 5 to being a boss in the said business you're doing. So the thing is, trust is very important. The people you're working with, it is highly imperative that you know them in and out. Are these people trustworthy? Test them.
Your customers?
No, your staffs. Your customers will always come and go. They will pay you. They will pay whatever.
Somebody that's trying to set up, like for us.
He's
we work
thinking
9 to 5, right?
He's thinking a side hustle.
Have a side hustle.
He has a salary already.
Okay.
Yeah. And now he's thinking of, I need more money. I need to, start up something that's going to be fetching me more money. So, and he's looking at, what am I going to do? Okay, and there are different ideas of how to start up a business. So, do you think, one, if it is possible that the person can run a business, how do you think it will be, is it advisable for the person to still be running that same 9 to 5 and still be managing
the business?
Okay, now the where I was coming from is also together with what the question is. Now it's in two ways. It's either you're doing it yourself or you employ someone to do it. So the perspective I was coming from is employing somebody to do it. You get? You understand? So if you employ someone to, maybe you have a provision store and you employ some staffs to work for you, of course you need to know who they are and how reliable, because you just discover that you are collecting your salary, throwing it into the business, and the business still is going down because of lack of integrity within your staffs. So, but if it's you, all you need is time. The time after you leave work. Is it after you leave work you'll be doing it, or there's a particular hours at night, like a vlog? You understand? So you just have to schedule yourself to fit in, because at some point you can never work there for forever. Yeah. And there will be a time whereby the only thing constant in life is what we know as change. So a new policy can come up that exempts you from the job, and your profession is no longer needed. You understand, in the job, or an additional certificate that it will take you 5 years to go for, and they cannot let your space be a vacuum to just be there while you go ahead and read a course of 5 years. No. You understand?
Is that your dad's course?
So they will need a replacement. So if you are not capable, it's either they respectfully tell you to go give you the necessary money they need to give you while you go out there. But the thing is, you need to start. If you are working, it is very important to have a side hustle.
Absolutely.
It is very important, because the condition of this country is way out of not having a side hustle.
You just have to have a side hustle.
Just have to.
I'm just like, now that you've mentioned how the person should be able to trust someone to put
in charge
of that business, so that they can still be
running their 9 to 5.
Even guess what? In the bank, billions are still missing, despite the system.
I think that's another topic.
I'm just trying.
You get what I'm saying. So the person in charge is very important.
Okay. Yeah, but there's a saying that says that if you really want to make sure you get something done, do it yourself. So like, now
you can't do everything yourself.
What I'm saying is, putting someone in charge, right? And you're talking about trust. Like, do you still think the person will still be able to run that business like you would? Because you're the one that you're the one that, like, you've got the vision, right? Like, you know what you really want exactly. Do you think the two people can share the same vision when it comes to running a business?
The vision is yours, but the time, you don't have it. You don't have the time.
It's like investing in like a cryptocurrency or whatnot.
Crypto, of course. You understand? So some people invest in cryptocurrency, but they don't have the time to monitor the market. So they need to get a professional to do that, or the the systematic whatever that helps you to get those things done. But the thing here now is getting the right person. Where am I coming from again? Where are we coming from? Putting the right person in charge. It is very important. It is very important. It's more like putting a Joseph over the house of Pharaoh. Everything will succeed. To make everybody understand how successful you will become. You understand? But it's also more like putting a thief in charge of your business. It will drain the whole thing. You won't even see anything. So it is important.
It's interesting. I mean, I don't know if we stay here, you're going to
There's more.
I know that there's more. With you, there's always more, because we can go 5 hours and non-stop. Yeah. But it's just that we have limited time to do, and with the limited amount of time that we've been able to share together right now, I've really learned a whole lot. What about you, Emil?
Yeah, but there's something I need to quickly ask before we go. I think we had this conversation we were talking about, like we mentioned earlier, like in this part of the world, in this country, people are so focused on like school, go to school, get a degree, then look for a job when you're done.
Okay.
Like the same circle just repeats itself. But I was wondering, in a country where there are no jobs, there are no job security for anybody.
Okay.
Is it time that people, like maybe parents starting from the house or from the schools, like let people start learning skills, crafts, something that will sustain you apart from when you are looking, you are not even guaranteed to secure a job when you're done with school. So side also with your degree, you having a craft, I don't know if that your craft or your skill, that could serve as your side also.
Yeah.
Do you think it is very, very important for us to start looking that direction now? Like it should be enforced on people to learn a trade or learn a skill, probably while still in junior high school or something. Do you think people should start looking into that? Because there are no jobs out there, and yet every year institutions provide provide graduates in all forms of,
actually from every schools,
and there are no jobs for them.
Okay, my answer to that is no. Why would someone have a skill? I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding. It is.
You don't think skills are important?
No, I'm just joking. I said I'm kidding. It is very important you have a skill, because the skill will open doors and ways for you. So you see, life is on a stable place. It can be good for you today and not good for you tomorrow.
It's just the yin and yang of life.
Yeah, you understand. But the thing that keeps you is your skill and the information you have. Now I want to lay this foundation for everybody that thinks becoming a business owner is all about being a boss. It's no. Okay, let me just answer that before I go to that. It is important to have a skill, because with a skill you can stand out anywhere in the world. If God help you, like I said, life is an unbalanced place. Yes, it may more like the instrument. Well, let me say the instrument. If you play the instrument, of course, you can use it virtually anywhere in the world. Music understand all language. The keyboard understand all language. The drums understand all language. Yeah.
Plumbing.
But I think a skill. If you have a skill, there will always be a demand for you somewhere. It might not be in your. There will always be a demand for that particular skill.
When you travel, there will always be somewhere to use it. But imagine you travel without any skill. Where do you want to start from?
That's worse.
It's crazy. Traveling abroad and not having any skill.
Is out
or
of it.
degree, because I don't know when you get into their system.
Even though if you don't have
train
degree,
you,
even though if you have a skill,
if
you can
drive,
if you can drive,
you can bab,
you can make air.
There's a skill, like there are some skill that are, how am I going to describe them? They're not necessarily the ones you can, go to a particular master to go learn. Something like oratory now. Some people get like marketing.
Okay.
Like it's good salesperson. Someone like you, a hustler. Some people can sell a human being. Like
that's a skill too.
That's a skill.
That's a skill. Like if you are asked, what do you do?
Exactly.
You're like, I can do this, I can do that. But you're like, anything you want me to do, I'll do. Nah, that's nonsense.
No, there are some creative people that they've so much mastered so many things that anything.
But then anything is nothing.
They are hustlers. You understand? I know anything is nothing, but these days there are some things you really need to gather knowledge from everywhere. So because it will help you.
But then when you are asked if you have gathered this knowledge and you have these skills from everywhere,
if they ask you, there's a major to everything.
Yeah, but if you are asked like, what can you do? What do you do? Be like, okay, I do this, I do that, I do this, I do that. You mention things that you can do, not anything that you give me I will do.
Oh,
be like, what? So you'll be placed in maybe security guard or you a cleaner or something.
That's when you voice out. No, I don't be security guard.
It is very, very for everybody. I think people traveling now, people aiming to travel out, they should put this at the back of your mind. Apart from you having
acquire
a degree,
skill.
Acquire a skill before you travel out.
We're so concerned with degrees here. Having these certificates.
Yeah, degrees.
Okay.
So to wrap it all up, like what word of advice do you have for someone who is watching now, who is intending to travel or who is thinking about starting a business? What do you just give your thoughts on?
Okay.
Lift somebody's spirit right now.
Before I do that, I wanted to clarify a particular angle of business.
Okay, go ahead.
Before I dive into the last thing of the day. Now, owning a business, the first thing that should come to your mind shouldn't be you want to be the boss. No, because
that's very important.
I saw posters and adverts. Become your own boss. Now it's a way of luring people into a particular thing to get their money. No, if you want to become, there are so many things that involves you becoming a business person. A businessman must be a leader. Because if you cannot lead the business, how can you lead the people?
You should be able to lead yourself first.
Yes, lead yourself first. You need to have vision of where you're going. A creative vision. It can be a Zuckerberg office, the Facebook as a whole. You can paste it in your wherever you are, your
social media.
Your social media. No, I mean your office. Somewhere, something to remind you that this is the vision. This is where we're going.
Oh, gosh,
you
write
understand?
It down.
You write it down. Make it plain so that the people coming can run with it. Now, if you don't have a vision of where you're going, like you, let me just use a typical example. Who are the most successful people in this business?
In production?
No, in this show talk business.
Oh, okay. There are a whole lot of them.
Now, there are a lot of people. You've seen some great studios.
Yeah.
That host.
You see, like Joe Rogan.
Yeah. And Joe Budden as well. Joe Budden is cool.
Joe Budden.
So you can have
a podcast too.
Nigeria, like we have, like Daddy Freeze's show.
Daddy Freeze's.
Yeah,
but we don't really have like that popular podcast like
more like Oprah. Or like
I mean,
there's Joey Akan. Joey Akan has a show.
There are shows. Even Vector has a show now. There's Vector.
Yeah, Vector has a show.
Yeah,
so you can paste the future of where you want to be, even though that might not be the real picture. But God just wants you to have somewhere that you want to see yourself. I learned this from a senior pastor, Pastor Armstrong.
He just always have to.
Yeah,
go by Blake.
No. I learned this from my pastor because before we that should just be part of us. Being God should not be part of us.
Yeah.
So I learned this from his office before we even bought our site. Our HQ. Then he has this picture that even by the time the real picture of how the structure of the place will be, it wasn't even the same thing. But there was a picture of a church, more like a Catholic church or so. I was like, the first time I saw it, I was like, what's this Catholic? Is this Catholic church we want to build? I'm not coming.
Oh, like the blueprint.
Yeah, no, it's more like what he's seeing. That there's a church building coming up, a sketch. Yeah, it's not even.
He would want.
It's not even the blueprint now.
Oh yeah, the sketch.
Yes,
he envisioned.
So it's more like this picture, these drums. This might not be the drum you have, but it's something like this should just be around the corner of your house. That this is where you're going.
That's to reminder.
Yeah. And you keep prophesying that this is where I'm going. It's coming out by the end of the day.
Yeah. To buttress your point, I think.
Me too.
Yeah, to buttress your point, I think these are some of the reasons why we have to have some people that we look up to, especially from our homes, our parents, our fathers. They're supposed to be our number one primary source of leadership. We're supposed to be, following their footpaths. But it's like these days, a lot of people are confused. Even the fathers are confused, the mothers are confused. Everyone is running helter skelter, looking for how to provide on their table. So there's a disorientation right now everywhere that people are. It's kind of sad, but so coming from that angle of yours saying like envision, so it's going to take some people a while before they're going to be able to start imbibing that into their skill, into their skull. For now, it's going to sound very motivational.
Yeah. But then we all need the motivation sometimes.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's supposed to be from our homes, from our parents, but because of the disorientation that is everywhere, people have lost touch.
Lost track of
what they are supposed to be doing. Parents have compromised. A lot of things because our parents are supposed to be our primary source of focus.
Yes, definitely.
Like these are the people that are supposed to lead us right.
So not all parents are focused.
I know,
but they are supposed to be.
They are supposed to.
If you give birth to a child, you're supposed to nurture that child so that that child can grow up to be a better human being and a successful human being in the society. But it's just that right now there's a whole lot of disorientation. So what you're saying to someone else who has been on the streets, it's going to be, it might sound a little bit too far-fetched.
The street they have their own. For a musician, upcoming musician, he wants to be like Wizkid. So whenever he sees the picture of Wizkid, he's excited. You understand? And he carries that picture unconsciously everywhere he goes.
Yeah, that's true.
And someday we get there. You understand? So
he
that's
might get there.
No, but if he's steadfast.
Yeah.
No, I know a lot of people that are steadfast.
How committed are they though?
Yeah.
You have to
see how long you've been, making music.
But then have I not been committed with my music?
That's what I'm saying, like, but you still have to keep at it.
You have to keep going.
Because we don't all know when something is going to pop
that's
up.
it. You just have
If you're sure.
I'm not trying to
So
be
now,
like,
it's like,
if
what
you're sure.
it's like what I've just described. Someone out there who has been in the streets, who is looking for what to eat. So hearing this is going to sound like what you've just described.
yeah, but then it is what it is, though. We just have to keep pushing. That's it.
Yeah, if we allow Presley Tega to continue, we're going to be here.
Yeah, we're going to be here.
Day and not go. But it's
No,
always,
I was really enjoying it. Like,
I
He was just
enjoy-
giving us like.
I always
back to
enjoy
back.
his company.
Yeah,
and like you've said, you're going back to the spiritual world now, to the spiritual alignment that you've created.
Okay.
Thank you very much. You've prophesied that you're coming back to the
Okay, of
when
course.
the show is
Massive.
when the show
He's massive already.
so
That's the
big
picture. He's massive already. We're working our way there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and I know that the next time we're going to be having you here is going to be a whole new episode of enlightenment and all that stuff. Thank you very much, Presley Tega, for showing us love.
Thank you.
We appreciate your presence here. Thank you very much. And to everyone who's watching, please support him. He has a company and he has just,
You can follow me on Instagram.
Go ahead.
Presley Tega. PRESLEY.
Facebook.
Iminokaju Presley Tega. So you have to spell the whole thing.
Like I said, Eminado,
You have to spell it.
You have to spell the whole
Spell
thing.
it.
The Iminokaju.
Yeah.
Okay. EMINOKANJU.
It's okay.
Mm-hmm. So
I hope they cut that. Though.
So Presley.
It sounds again like Comunicado.
So for everyone aspiring to become a business owner, or you want to just go out there and make something positive of yourself, is not bad. So just don't let any of the negative vibes out there push you or stray you away from becoming what you want to become. Business is possible anyway. If God can do it, you can do it. So that's just the best thing.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
All right. If you he's also like a coach, so reach out to him if you have something that you want to share. Contact us, then we're gonna share his link to you.
I love you guys.
Love you too. Thank
You
you
guys
very
are doing
much.
good
Keep
work.
sharing, like, comment, and help us grow as we're all growing together. And now that I've realized that we're together.
So I want to sign out with this. If you smell, just like The Rock,
All right, let's go. Go ahead.
what Presley Tega is cooking.
This is amazing. I love this energy.
The energy, man.
Oh, I like this place. It's a whole lot of vibes.
I'm happy we have you.
Yeah.
We'll like it.
Unfortunately, we have to wrap up right now. See you next time. Make sure you
out.
follow him. Follow us as well. Thank you very much. It's a wrap.